Welcome back to the Harpreet Singh Show. Today I had the founder of Project Know Now to tell us about a platform she has created for individuals to help empower one another to look beyond their career paths and passions. Please welcome Parvir Gill. Hi Parvir, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So Parvir, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your line of work?
Well, I am 21 years old. I'm in the process of completing my BBA in HR. In addition to being a student, I am a financial advisor and a community safety specialist with Surrey Crime Prevention Society. And on a more personal level, I like to paint, I like to hike when weather permits. Because we live in Vancouver and the weather isn't always the best, you'll probably find me in the kitchen, working on a new recipe or two.
Wow, you're doing so many things. You're so well-rounded. So what inspired you to do all the things that you're doing today? Is it somebody that inspired you, or just a passion of yours?
I guess when we talk about inspiration and motivation, we're ultimately talking about why, right? Like what drives you in the morning to get out of bed and stuff like that. For me, it's my parents. They are my biggest inspiration and they are my strongest why. I've seen my dad work so hard and he never seems to complain about anything. He never is upset about the amount of work that he's faced with. And I always say that there's no substitute for hard work. What you put in is what you're gonna get out. So I guess you can say that my parents are my biggest motivation.
They've been your role models throughout your life.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. And now I know you mentioned you're a financial advisor. Being a youth yourself, how do you inspire youth and like that financial aspect? How do you advise youth to handle their expenses?
First and foremost, I would say learn the value of money. Okay. We all work very hard and you should know where your money is going at the end of the day. 3 things that I apply when it comes to my financial future are self-control. We can all swipe that credit card and say, I'll take care of that later, but you don't want to be that person paying interest on a pair of jeans or a box of cereal or a video game that you just couldn't wait to have. Secondly, I would say budget. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to have a degree or a certification. All you need is a simple spreadsheet and just to know what's coming in and what's going out.
Okay, and now with that, you're mentoring, right? You're giving people advice. What do you think is the importance of youth empowerment to you?
Youth empowerment, when I hear that, I think of 3 F's. The 3 F's are fueling the fire of our future. And the more knowledgeable the youth are, the easier it's going to be for them to handle challenges and hurdles when they're exposed to certain environments.
Yes, and knowledge is power for sure.
Absolutely.
Right? And now I know you've been to these conferences. You mentioned this to me earlier. Tell me a little bit more about that. What conferences have you attended and how has that inspired you to start your own organization?
So most of the conferences I did attend were about education and awareness when it came to finances, emotional freedom, control over your time and your money. Yeah. I always say knowledge is power and it becomes a movement when it is shared. So my message with Project Know Now is to provide education and awareness and also the giving back aspect, how important it is to give back.
So what is involved with Project Know Now? Where do these events take place and who speaks at these events?
These events are, we have local sponsors like the YMCA, they have helped out a lot. So the events do take place there. The types of people that I bring on are people like yourself who have made a difference in the community, people who are up and coming, and people who need that attention, people who work on initiatives and projects that don't get enough attention. Those are the type of people that I bring on.
So they're basically sharing their knowledge and all of their stories at these events. And who's involved? Who can come to these events? How can people get involved?
Anybody can come to these events. When it comes to entrepreneurship, it's basically about escaping that 9 to 5 and that mentality. And anybody who wants to look beyond that is able to attend these events. The next workshop is actually in December. In December? Yeah, and the best way to get involved is to volunteer or to be in the audience. That's the best way to invest in yourself.
And I know where do all your proceeds go? Do you just pick charities?
This year we're actually focusing on Maple Battaglia Scholarship, and all the funds that we have raised throughout this year will be donated to her bursary at Emily Carr in December.
Okay, and do you switch it up to other charities?
Yeah, so next year we'll probably be working with the YMCA because they have a new entrepreneurship program that they're working on, so we're probably going to help fund that.
So what's your takeaway from everything that you've experienced in your life, with all these conferences, and now you're actually starting these conferences on your own with your organization? What's your takeaway and something that you hold on to?
I've met some amazing people through this project, you being one of them. I guess you could say the biggest takeaway for me is getting to hear the speakers' stories. The energy in the room changes, you get goosebumps all over your body, and just seeing how passionate they really are when they speak and share their story, their passions, their strengths, their weaknesses, it really helps you connect with them on a more personal level. So I guess you can say that it's the relationships that have been built.
Exactly, and just to receive that feedback and to know that you're there to inspire others and you can do such a big thing for someone, it makes you feel good.
Absolutely.
And with all your experiences in giving back, how can somebody also join and take you as an example and also become a leader in their community?
I always say that windows of opportunity don't remain open for too long. Do something outside of yourself, focus outwardly. Ask somebody how you can help them, how you can add to them, how you can serve them better. The best thing to do is just get started.
Just get started.
Just get started.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Parvir. It's been a pleasure having you here, and best of luck with your next event.
Thank you.